Hey guys, welcome back. So I am a huge Marvel fan, as you can see, and I was thinking about the MCU and what Marvel property I'm most looking forward to in the future. And the answer is Secret Wars. And I've come to figure out why that movie that doesn't come out until 2026 is the movie I'm looking most forward to. The thing that made me love the MCU to begin with. But first I want to explain why I'm not looking forward to Avengers Kang Dynasty as much as I'm looking forward to Avengers Secret Wars. I'm not as excited for Kang Dynasty because I've already seen Kang the Conqueror get conquered, and He Who Remains gets stabbed. Why would I be afraid of a guy I just saw get killed twice? Imagine if the MCU showed two different versions of Thanos getting killed before Infinity War. That'd be crazy. If I know he can be defeated by somebody like Sylvie, a variant of Loki, or by smart ants, or just Ant-Man fighting him in one-on-one combat, then I'm not that scared. There goes the fear. Now I know this is not the guy that the Avengers need to team up to kill. He can be killed with a single sword plunge. Even though Kang said he killed Thor, I'm still not afraid of him. Because they broke film's #1 rule. Show, don't tell.
Have I killed you before? They all blur together after a while. You're not the one with the hammer. It's Thor.
Don't tell me how amazing this character is or how strong or tough he is. Show me. Imagine if Quantumania started with the scene of Kang the Conqueror fighting Thor and just wrecking him. How cool would that be? How much sicker if we got to actually see it? They told me that I need to fear Kang, but never showed me a reason why I have to. Let's first explain why the MCU was so amazing and the two things they're doing wrong now and what they can do to fix it. May 24th, 2012, The Avengers is released. A culmination of 5 films with more characters than that teaming up to fight a common enemy that was introduced to us in the Thor films, Thor's evil and jealous brother Loki. We even were taught through the 5 previous movies to stay for mid-credit and after-credit scenes. So after Avengers, we stuck around and we saw the big bad. We saw this is the guy really pulling the strings. We saw Thanos, and that was enough. Loki was just his pawn? What? So how tough is this guy? If you're a comic fan, then you know Thanos is strong. If you're a casual fan, then at the very least you know this guy's at least stronger than the bad guy that all the Avengers just had to team up to defeat. Then think of how we got introduced to Thanos. I mean, really introduced. Yes, we saw him in end credit scenes and Guardians of the Galaxy, so we knew he was trouble. But our true introduction to Thanos was in Infinity War, him saying he had already decimated an entire planet to get one Infinity Stone. Meanwhile, he's carrying Thor around like a rag doll, and then he puts the boots to Bruce Banner, Hulk, and whoops him. That's how we met Thanos, using what we already know to scare us. What did we already know? We knew that Ronan, the villain from Guardians of the Galaxy, already tried and failed to decimate Xandar, and we knew Thor and Hulk were the two strongest of the Avengers.
God of Thunder.
Access denied.
Strongest Avenger.
Access denied.
We didn't even see Xandar's destruction on screen. But Cameron, you're saying, didn't you just tell us, show don't tell, that's the cardinal rule of film? Yes, but they chose what to show, and they chose very wisely. Instead of showing Thanos destroying a planet of people we've never met, they decided to show us something much better. They showed us something we thought was impossible. They showed us someone single-handedly destroying 2 of the strongest Avengers. So when he said he decimated Xandar, we believed him, and our imaginations filled in the rest. Unlike Kang, who just tells us he killed previous Avengers, like, are you the one with the hammer?
You're not the one with the hammer. They all blur together after a while.
You forgot? You've killed so many Avengers you forgot? But you're just telling me that. You're not showing me any of that. What would Kang use to defeat Thor, the god of thunder, an actual god? And this guy's just a person from the future.
Who are you?
Just a man who's lost a lot of time.
Thor would destroy him. We can't even picture how that would look. And that's the first issue. The big bad's big problem. The buildup to this new big bad after Thanos is just some human who can get killed fairly easily. They haven't shown us that Kang is a true threat. We're told to fear Kang, and even He Who Remains says, if you don't like me, you're gonna hate my variants.
If you think I'm evil, well, just wait till you meet my variants.
But why would we be afraid of this normal human's variance? What is he going to do that's going to make all the Avengers need to team up to take him out? This character who we already saw die twice. Why introduce the villain just to have him get defeated in that show or in that movie and not build him up to be the big bad that we're supposed to fear for the next 10 years? And that's problem #1. We're not afraid for these characters that we love, which leads me to the MCU's second major problem right now.
At least I died an Avenger.
The Avengers.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you.
What is that?
Earth. How's this helping?
Who's fighting Kang? In the first Avengers movie, we already knew who was going to be in that. We knew who to expect in that movie. From Coulson to Black Widow to Loki, all previously introduced. Therefore, even if we love them or not yet, we roughly know their power set and some of their personality. The MCU all started with Tony Stark Iron Man. He was obviously in Iron Man. He was at the end of The Incredible Hulk. He was in Iron Man 2. Then he was in the Avengers. He was someone we saw often and knew that we were going to see often. And leading up to the Avengers, we thought, how would Cap get along with Tony? Will Bruce and Thor hit it off or hate each other? Are Coulson and Black Widow cool? How will these personalities clash or complement each other? If I were to ask you to name the team in the first Avengers, I'm sure you would manage. We knew who we were going to see and that we were going to see them fairly often. I mean, Black Widow didn't get a solo movie till after she died, but we saw her in Iron Man 2 and in The Winter Soldier and in Age of Ultron and in Civil War and so on. When are we going to see Daredevil next? I mean, we saw him dressed like ketchup and mustard in She-Hulk. Weird outfit choice. And we saw him as Matt Murdock in Spider-Man No Way Home. But when do we see him next? Do we have to wait until his own series comes out? When do we see Moon Knight next? Or Shang-Chi? Or She-Hulk? Or White Vision? Or Blade? Or Ironheart? Or The Black Knight? Or The Eternals? What about when more shows come out like Echo? Who's going to be in that? Will Falcon Captain America show up? If I asked you to name the Avengers who are definitely going to be fighting Kang, who would you name? Who? Shuri Black Panther? Sam Wilson Cap? Will he be fighting with or against Bucky? Because they have the Winter Soldier in this Thunderbolts movie, which is about bad guys, so is Bucky a bad guy again? What changed is the excitement for catching up with our old friends that are on the screen. I love Vision, and if White Vision has regular Vision's memories, he's basically Vision. I want to see more of him. Will Doctor Strange be a part of the team? Because last we saw, he was going off with Clea to fight Dormammu or something. We can't be excited if we don't know what to be excited for. Will America Chavez be on the team? And is she going to argue with Kate Bishop? Or are they going to get along really well? Or will they ever even meet? And why has nobody mentioned a freaking Celestial popping out of the ocean after the Eternals? Is that something Deadpool is going to joke about? These are questions I shouldn't have to be asking. I should have an idea of what to expect. I should be excited for catching up with Baron Zemo again. And for anyone who didn't watch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, they're like, Baron Zemo, you mean the guy from Civil War? Yeah, he has his purple mask now. He wore it for one scene. It was cool. Hopefully he wears it more and we see him more. We don't have those core characters that we follow and through them get introduced to new ones, all following the same goal. The Guardians weren't even on Earth, but Thanos' own daughter Gamora was on the team. So we could safely assume, oh, they're all leading to the same place. They're all going to end up fighting Thanos at some point. Now we just get a Disney Plus show, then see you in 3 years or so. We don't fear Kang, and we don't know which Kang to even fear. Have we seen him yet? Have we been introduced? Is it Victor Timely, the stuttering goofball that we saw in Loki Season 2? Guess not, he's gone. So we don't know who to fear or why we should fear the final boss version of the Kang variants, which is problem number 1, especially when we've seen him lose twice already. 3 times, I guess, if you count Loki, spoilers. And problem number 2, who's fighting him? I have no idea who will for sure be in Kang Dynasty, hence why I'm not that excited for it. I'm only excited for Avengers Secret Wars because that's when I assume I'll see all of my on-screen friends again. They can't leave Bucky and Vision out of that, right? Daredevil and Spider-Man have to be in that, fighting along or against Deadpool and Wolverine, right? Are the X-Men gonna start popping up? There hasn't been an announcement for X-Men, but are they saving it as a surprise? I don't know. There's too many questions to be excited. The MCU built this amazing universe of these characters that we knew we were going to see and a reasonable idea of when we were going to see them again. But they lost the formula. And it wasn't just making solo movies first. I mean, yes, that's what they did better than the DCEU, but that's not the only thing they did right. The true beauty was giving us likable characters that we could invest in, knowing that we were going to see them in a reasonable amount of time. They were going to pop up in the next movie, or at least in the next team-up movie, which isn't too far out. When they announced Age of Ultron, I knew every character that was going to be in it. I never thought, I wonder if Iron Man's going to be in Avengers Age of Ultron.
Are you even pulling? Are you on my team? Just represent, pull.
All right, let's go.
I wonder if you think Cap's going to show up? What about that Hulk guy? You think Hulk's going to be in that Avengers film? That's crazy. So how do we fix it? Well, I think there's still time to show us the Kang that everyone's going to be fighting and why we should fear him. To fix problem number 1, we need to know who. We need to see him do bad stuff, and we need to know, okay, this is the guy we should be afraid of. Honestly, Loki Season 2 should do that for us. Show us a menacing, scary character where Loki's so terrified, he's like, I need to go out and let everybody know of this impending danger. So Loki needs to go out and start recruiting. So now we know Loki's going to be in it. And to fix problem number 2, we need to know who's going to be fighting the big bad. Like I said, have Loki start recruiting. If he goes to New York, how does he get the most heroes to hear him at once? Maybe he starts a little trouble or something, being the god of mischief, and whoever shows up, all the good guys that pop up, he's like, hey, by the way, I'm not actually an asshole. I just want to show you, we got this guy we do got to worry about, and he's going to be here soon. So he's in New York, so Blade shows up, then Kamala Khan rolls in, and then Daredevil pops up, and then Spidey swings in. And now they help Loki on his recruiting mission. How cool would that be? So we know who we're seeing next and have a reasonable idea of when. Daredevil goes to get She-Hulk in the Echo series, and they meet up with Kate Bishop and Blade. Now we know who's going to be showing up based on the location, and I think that's a great way to do it. So if in the next movie or series they're going to New Asgard, we know he's going to meet up with Valkyrie, probably meet up with Thor again. How's that going to go? How crazy for Thor to see his dead brother back recruiting for good guys? How's Valkyrie going to react? Based on where, we can expect who. Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe it's not. Maybe you guys have a better idea. If so, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys had to say. Is Marvel too far gone? I don't think so. They've had a lot more stinkers than they've had good movies, but I think there's still time. By the way, James Gunn, what the hell are you doing with the DCU? Why would the first movie in the DCU, the new rebooted DCU, be Blue Beetle? That's like starting off the MCU with Falcon. It's crazy. But that's a video for another day. Let me know what you guys think. This has been another installment of our RedEye series. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys so much. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.